This is my favorite complex to learn the clean. It teaches really good habits and it makes the movement quite simple and teaches the complexities very well. So you can kind of feel the movement out, and then it becomes very much of an intuition where you understand to use the legs a lot when we're going through the clean, and you understand where the bar should be. Now, I first want to go over hook grip and just some general things about where to place your hands in the bar and how to set up. So for a clean, you want to be a little bit wider than a deadlift, probably pinky around this knurling. And then with my hook grip, I want to have my thumb and then fingers over the top. So I'll go thumb, fingers over the top, and then I'm set into my hook grip here. So I should feel a bit of tension or pressure on the thumb. As a little side note, you can use thumb tape to make this feel better, and I highly recommend you use that. So we've established hook grip and we've gone slightly wider. Now with our feet, they're going to be in a little bit more of a squat stance rather than say a usual deadlift setup. This takes us to our first movement of the flat foot pull. You're going to slide the bar down the thigh, just above the knee. You keep a slightly soft knee. You're going to push through the ground and shrug towards the ceiling. A few mistakes people make here is they're either too straight with the knees or too bent. You can see this from the side. If someone is too bent through the knees, it'll look like this. And then if someone is too straight from the knees, the bar will be really far away. When we're doing this first position, we want a little bit in between, bend and then soft knees. That's the first part. Now with the back, we don't want to be too flexed here or too extended. You want to have your chest up, but arms relaxed. So an issue or a mistake I see people make is they try to tense up with the arms too much. You want to keep those relaxed, but still keeping the chest and eyes forward. This brings us to our third part, is eye position. So you're going to be looking forward towards the wall. You don't want to be looking down to the ground. And for our fourth part, we want to think about balance over the feet. If we're far back in the heels and my toes are coming off, that's not ideal. And if we're too far on the toes and the heels are coming off, that's not great either. So you want to find out in between, thinking about putting pressure through the middle of the foot. Once you've kind of roughly gotten those positions, I know it can seem a lot, but it will take you time just to feel what I'm talking about. The bar is in the hang position. So whenever the bar is above the knee like this is the hang position. And then from here, all you're going to do is stand up and shrug to the ears. With the shrug, a lot of times people will want to pull back, which is not what we want. We just want to push through the ground and shrug up. If we pull back too much when we actually do a clean, that's going to send the bar, hit the bar into the hips and send it away from us. If I go through this again, slide the bar down the thigh. A common cue I like to use is shaving the thigh as I shrug. So that's a good kind of overview of the first part. In this complex, it has three parts. So we've gone through the first one, flat feet pull, shrug. Next one's actually a little bit easier. I like to think about less things when I go for the second part. I just want to go to the hang position and I want to jump and shrug. A common mistake people make here is when they do the movement, they just do like a little jump. I really want people to feel like they're explosive and feeling like they can jump to the ceiling. This teaches someone to use the legs and also teaches someone what it feels like for the bar to float. If you do it well and keep your arms relaxed, the bar should start coming out without you really having to pull on it. So that can teach you and people that you work with on how to produce force and how to make the bar weightless with the legs. Because if you don't understand this, you're basically just going to try to do a deadlift into a muscle clean. And then it's going to feel really clunky. We need to feel like we're going jump, and then the bar is going to come up quite naturally. That's our second part. Again, when we are in the hang position for the jump, we still want to hit the same technical points as the first part. So we're still keeping the chest up, eyes forward, balance over the feet, slight bend in the knee. We want to jump, shrug. When I'm doing this, I want to feel the bar graze my thigh as I come up. That is a lot to think about. So what I usually just say to people for this first two parts is I'll go shave the thigh and shrug, and then I'll go to the knee, jump and shrug. That's what I go through for the first two. Now, for the third part in this complex, jump and catch. The first two movements should really do the work for you, and this becomes quite intuitive. You're going to go to the top of the knee here into a hang position, same setup as before, and then all you think about is jumping and then catching on the shoulder. Probably the biggest thing you can see that's changed is I go from hook grip out of hook grip. So I'm hinging over, going to the hang position, I'm going to jump and then catch, letting go of hook grip and just having the bar on the shoulders. And that's going to be the third part of our complex. If we pull it all together, we go one pull, feet flat, one jump and shrug, and then one jump and catch. If we look at that from the side, we go through our pull. So slight bend in the knee, making sure we're balanced, chest up, arms relaxed. Push, shrug. Really think of that part as a push rather than just a pull. You're pushing through your legs and shrugging to the ears. Then you go through your jump and shrug. The bar should feel like it's floating. Try to get as much power as you can. And then jump and catch. Awesome. Now you've gone through each part of this complex. You do it all together. You'll go through your pull, your jump and shrug, and your jump and catch. That equals 1 rep, and then you do however many reps prescribed on the program. Some things to note here is that it's limited in the amount of load you can put on the bar just because you're hanging onto the bar for so long. So don't worry about too much of going heavy here. It's more of a drill to learn the pattern and learn the movement. I find it's one of the best things that beginners can do to understand the pattern and how to make it look and feel really, really good. Some final little mistakes that people can make. If you are kind of pushing the bar away and it's coming away from you, we need to think about keeping the bar close. So when I go through that jump and shrug, making sure it's staying close to me rather than getting away. And then when I jump and catch, imagine the bar staying close to my shirt, and then it just kind of falls straight on top of the shoulders. If you or any clients that you're working with do struggle to get into that front rack mobility, you will be limited here for the final stage. I am okay with people just coming up and holding in the hands. So what that looks like, if they've gone through the pull, the jump and shrug, and then they do this, and they can't really let go of it, they just have the weight in their hands, I'm okay with that. The reason why I'm okay with that is because they're still learning triple extension and they're still learning to keep the bar close as they transition and get the bar to the shoulders. It's still a useful drill to learn, even if they can't get into a nice front rack position. As they work or you work on your front rack mobility, then you'll be able to sit the bar nicely on the shoulders. Our last little bit, you don't need to have a full grip on the bar when it's in that front rack. You can just have the fingertips. So when I catch the bar, I'll have it like this. So bar on the fingertips, I don't need to have a full grip on the bar. If you have the mobility to maintain a full grip, great, do so. But we don't have to have that position in order to be good at cleans and be good at weightlifting. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, comment below or feel free to reach out.